Okay, so hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this Zoom video. I've had to record the video instead because we had a few technical glitches because Lauren's phone doesn't do Facebook Live for some weird reason, which is, well, add joins on. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to interview my gorgeous Lauren on this video today so you can get to see how incredible it is when you give up your self-sabotaging behaviours and you start feeling super confident and living the life that you want to live. So let me hand you over to the gorgeous Lauren. Lauren, do you want to introduce yourself to the camera?
Hello everybody, I'm Lauren. I am the founder and owner of The Nurture Den. I started working with Sam back in, when was it, February time?
Yeah, I think it was about February time.
But I mean, I have changed, come on, leaps and bounds since doing some work with Sam, opening up my thought process, my mindset, and life has completely changed in the last few months for me and my family, which is amazing, really.
I know. I literally, when I look back at your first video, like literally when we run the group training program, you were so different, totally different. Like it just doesn't even seem like it was you at all.
I was sucked. I had no energy. I mean, I'm still like sucked daily because I don't have children that sleep, but it's a different kind of sucked feeling, shall we say. But no, I was very lost in who I was, who I am, who I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. I just had nothing, no direction, no purpose, no anything really.
So what made you decide to come, and what made you reach out to me? What made you say, do you know what, I want to make some changes? What was that low point where you thought, I need to work with Sam?
To be honest, it was me feeling like the worst mum in the world. Like I wasn't giving my kids, my girls, what they need. And because I was lost in my head, I was lost in the thousands and thousands of thoughts going on in my brain, and I didn't know how to get out of that completely overwhelming position that I was in. And so more so, I think at first I started on my journey from a personal point of view than a business point of view, and the fact that my business has come from this is a complete and utter like wow, really, because it was through working with you that I had my little light bulb moment where I thought, actually, this is what I really want to do. I want to support mums, I want to support babies, particularly mums that perhaps feel like I did, you know, that they feel like they don't want to go to the baby groups, they don't want to be judged, or they don't want to connect with other people because there's that overwhelm going on for them. And I want to make mums feel like motherhood doesn't have to be this completely overwhelming place, that they have an identity that isn't just being mummy.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what it is. Because as soon as you become a mum, you kind of lose your identity, don't you? You just kind of forget who you are and what you're capable of, because all of a sudden you've got kids and then everything kind of changes for you. So because I love the fact that you said that you came to me for your personal reasons, but in the end it's helped you build your business. So how important is it to have work on your mind to improve other areas of your life?
Oh, ridiculously so. Like, had I not started focusing on me a bit more and working out who I was, where my setbacks were, if you like, where my negativity came from, all of those kind of things, procrastination was a huge thing for me. And I still have days where, you know, I think, you know what, I don't care today, I'm not going to do anything, we're going to have one of those days where we sit and do nothing. But ultimately, had I not done that, I wouldn't have the focus to do what I need to do now. So yes, I was the crux, because for me to be a good mum, for me to be an entrepreneur, for me to be a businesswoman, I need me to be in a better place, in better alignment, really.
And so what do you feel was the biggest breakthrough for you while working with me?
Despite knowing it, I think realising that I was doing it all to myself, and realising that actually I was the one putting myself in that position every day, making myself feel crap, and changing my mindset around situations, how I think about things. That was a biggie for me. I remember having a session with you where I sobbed pretty much the whole way through in the background, and that was a big session for me, releasing emotions around guilt particularly, and a guilt that's been affecting me, not like throughout my entire life, but a guilt that's definitely been affecting me for the last 8 or so years, and I don't think I realised quite the impact it was having on me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But also I think working with you, because you didn't know me from Adam when I started talking to you, you gave me an outlet to be who I was and who I wanted to be, not the person that I felt for a long time I've had to sugarcoat for certain friendship groups. And as friendship groups change and grow and what have you, I've always been the person on the sidelines. I've always been the person that will try and say something in a group conversation or something, and I won't necessarily be heard because there's much stronger powers within a group. There always are, aren't there? And I think for me, even just talking to you each week and having a person who didn't know who I was and who my background particularly was, I was able to talk to you from the heart, from who I am. And actually now when I go out and about, a lot of my friendship groups have shifted, in the fact that I'm not necessarily in contact with some of the same people that I was before because they were potentially draining for me. But also when I do go out and I meet people, I'm me. And if people don't like that, or they think, oh, hang on a minute, or whatever it might be that their reaction is, it doesn't faze me in the same way. I was the person that would be really nervous to go anywhere by myself and would almost have like an anxiety over it, I suppose.
A lot of people do that, get anxiety going places on their own.
Honestly, I would be horrific. When I was younger, I wouldn't even go and ask for a drink of water at a bar or something like that by myself. So now that's completely different. Like last Friday and Saturday, I went on a mindful breastfeeding training course. Loved it. Walked into the room, was like, "Hi everyone!"
As you do. Love it.
And I don't get like nervousness or fear or anxiety, but I just sort of think, you know what, you're only here once, you only live once, you've got to be true to who you are. Just be you.
Just be you. Hashtag my favourite thing that I always used to say. Oh, do you know what? You nearly made me well up then. And honestly, I'm so proud of you because I literally was remembering that conversation that we had. And it's funny because a lot of people have been saying that lately. Like, I don't know you from Adam, but I feel like I can tell you everything. And it's like, oh, okay. And I don't even, sometimes, that shocks me actually, because some people worry that they're not able to help people because they don't know them too well. But in fact, it is obviously down to rapport, because rapport is obviously very important, isn't it?
Okay.
And so what do you think? Because one thing I've been noticing a lot, and I've been saying it a lot, is that when clients work with me, when they finish, I hardly hear from them. And it's not because we don't get on. It's not because we've just left on bad terms. It's because you don't need me anymore. It's like you've just found your power. That's so sad. And I do get upset because I miss my clients because you become my friends. How true do you feel that is to you?
I think it's one of those things, isn't it, where because all of a sudden you've kind of come to the end of your run with you, then you don't have that regular time slot of, oh, tonight's my Sam night or whatever it might be. We would plan the Sam night around making sure the kids were in bed at the right time. at first it was kind of quite sort of strange in a way, because I kind of felt like I'd lost a little bit of my backup, my weekly pep talk, or whatever it might well be. But equally, we do still connect, we do still chat. I know that you're there for me if I need you. It's tricky, isn't it, to know. And I think it's important to continue that journey. Your journey never stops, your journey never ends. And I think it is important to come back to you and have sessions with you and what have you. And hopefully when my money starts to flow, a bit more regularly, that will definitely be something that I do with you.
But do you feel more confident on your own compared to how you was
before?
Oh,
completely. Yeah. Now.
Yeah, I know. Like, started off as a blonde and now you're a redhead.
This isn't something that I would have done a few months ago. If you'd have said to me a few months ago, Lauren, I want to record you talking and I'm going to put it on my Facebook, I've been like, you can do one right now.
You made me laugh. I love you, Lauren. I do. I love you so much. So what would be your best advice that you could give to someone who is in a place where you once was in terms of the mind? What advice would you give?
You can't do it all on your own. And at the end of the day, there's experts in certain fields for a reason. I'm a human being. My expertise is not in the mind and the mindset and what you do. My expertise is in children, mums, babies, pregnancy, those kind of things. So I needed somebody to help me along that path because I don't have that knowledge and that expertise. So at the end of the day, yes, I can go and read some books, or yes, I could watch a YouTube video, but it's not the same as interacting with a person. You can't do everything on your own, and in order to be the best you, sometimes you need to have somebody to support you to do that. So I would say, if this is something that you are considering, or you feel like you're at a low point, or that you need help in some way, I would say go for it. And Sam is a wonderful human being. She knows her stuff. She's brilliant. She's great at giving you I don't take no crap. Don't give me that shit. But she's also really good at the really supportive stuff. And have you thought about this? Have you tried that? I mean, the number of tips and things that you've given me along the way, from a personal point of view and from a business point of view, is just astounding. So, ultimately, do it.
So I love how you talk about your business, because the one thing you're one of my clients that I worked with, where you came to me, because what I've noticed is a lot of clients come to me and they start off in some sort of work or industry, and then by the end of it they're in a totally different industry. So you had an idea of what you wanted to do before we began, but then all of a sudden you've now got your own business, you've launched it, you've got your classes coming up. Like, how did working with me help you get your business together?
So I was at a point of wanting to do something, had kind of started along a path with beauty treatments and things to earn myself a little bit of money on the side and what have you. But it was through working with you that I had a moment of clarity where I thought, yes, I want to support people. Yes, I want to work with people and help them. But actually, this point here, working with mums to be, new mums, new families, dads, whatever capacity that family presents you in, that's who I want to work with. So yes, I have done my beauty training, and that's served me a purpose, and I still do that, and I still have lots of lovely regular clients, and I love doing all of that kind of side of it. But actually, my real main focus that I'm honing in on is my mums, my babies, my dads, because they're what brings out my passion. They're what brings out my spark, my joy, my love for what I do. But I just find it completely fascinating, to be honest with you. And
you found your passion, like you
yeah,
really tapped into it,
ultimately.
took
And
action.
I think for a long time, you know, it's always been there. I mean, I studied at university and I did a degree in early childhood studies. I was a teacher, so it's always been there. But ultimately now what I'm doing is tweaking and really focusing in a way that, one, allows me to be a full-time mum still. Two, allows me to run my business in the way that I want to run it, on my terms, times that work for us as a family. But also, yeah, like I say, it's something that I am just completely passionate about, and I'm really loving learning. I'm still doing a lot of learning now. Obviously, you know, it's only been a year really since I kicked all this off. So, but I'm still developing day by day by day, and that knowledge that I'm gaining, it's just, I mean, sometimes I sit here and I'm like, wow, well,
I get that feeling. I know what you mean. So
take a moment, shall we?
So there's a couple of clients that I'm working with, and I think you can mostly resonate with it. So it's like, you're here, you know what you have to do, and you know exactly what to do, and you know where you've got to go, but something stops you from going forward. It's like, how do you feel, well, what do you feel was that moment where you just thought, you know what, boom, what helped you realize, actually, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I do believe in myself.
I found journaling really helpful, in that it helped me to really clarify what was going on, and goal setting. But I think ultimately I just got to a point where I thought, well, ultimately I know that this is what I want. I need to stop getting in my own damn way, and I just need to get on with it.
Get out of the way. I love that. So that's my new word. Like, get out of your way. Love it.
And I think it's really hard, because you're almost at a point of, you hit a wall, don't you? And I contemplated a couple of times saying to you, oh, do you know what, Sam, maybe not this week, but I'd set myself a challenge, I'd set myself a goal, and knew this was something that I wanted to do. I knew this was something that I wanted to achieve. And I thought, if I don't do it, if I don't have that call with Sam this week, ultimately all I'm doing is fucking with myself. I'm not helping myself to move forward, to make any further steps. So no, I'm not going to message Sam and say, not tonight. I am going to stick to this. We're going to do it, even if it means that 15 minutes later, because bedtime's gone on like a bit crappy tonight. But you know, you were quite flexible in that way. You could be. But I think you've got to push through, you've got to power through, and think, if this is something I really want, I need to just do it.
God, you're such a totally different human being. I remember when we done a timeline therapy, how much your face just changed after it. What would you say was the best thing about the timeline therapy that we did?
The relief. The relief of that sort of sense of feeling lighter, like you'd left some baggage somewhere and it didn't actually matter anymore, because you'd worked your way through that and it wasn't important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just let it all go. Let it go. It wasn't even that important in the first place. It's like, what was I doing? What was I thinking? It's like, oh my God, see you later. I've got things to be doing. I love it. Lauren, thank you so much. We've talked a bit too long now, I think, but don't worry. So for the audience, if there are any mums out there who are either pregnant or after birth, I can never get the terminology right. That's why she's the expert and I'm not. So do you want to share to the audience what you've got available?
So, I mean, I'm based in Kent and I do hypnobirthing. I offer hypnobirthing services. I offer pregnancy yoga, soon to be baby massage, baby yoga, toddler and children's yoga, all of those sorts of things. Mindfulness. I've also recently done training on mindful breastfeeding. So even if it's not that you're based in Kent and you've just got a question and you want a bit of support or what have you, just holler, message me. I'm the Nurture Den on Facebook. even if you're not here in Kent, can't make it to some of my classes, then, you know, just holler and I'll see if I can help you.
Oh, amazing. And if you are interested in knowing more, just comment nurture in the chat box below. I'm looking over the Zoom, but it's not there. It's going to be on Facebook. And then what Lauren will do is she will come and answer any questions that you may have. So, Lauren, thank you so much for coming on to this recording. I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. And if anything has resonated with you guys, if you feel that you're kind of feeling a bit stuck or unsure, or, you know, you want to do something with your life and you're not sure where you need to go, even if you're a mom or someone who has a job already and you just want to feel fulfilled in your life, then comment below purpose. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer you a complimentary call to see how we can get you going from self-sabotage to self-confidence, like a flick of a switch. So thank you so much for watching this video and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.